How y'all doing, man? How y'all doing? Today we back with another reaction video. Today we got Faze, 9 to 5 workers versus streamers. Which one is harder, man? I don't really got too much to say, man. Let's get into it.
How are you gonna disrespect your mom like that, dude? Right now. If you're gonna disrespect your mom and say that your work is harder, that is so rude.
Alright, can I hairspray? So it's dangerous. Your job is you have to actually have to go to work.
And went to school, and still...
And paid rent?
Yes, I still work.
That's your joy.
I play video games on my spare time.
Enjoy straight.
I play video games on my spare time. Let's do it.
What's up? How's it going?
Same old different day.
Okay, a mail carrier.
Okay. So my argument here...
Lacey has cultivated a substantial multi-platform audience with nearly 1.5 million Twitch, over 1 million on Instagram, 2.3 million on TikTok, and like a couple 100,000 on X. He joined Clay. Okay.
Is that streaming and social media creation is harder than a 9 to 5?
Nah, it's not facts, bro. 9 to 5 is way harder, homie.
Why do you say that?
Because you gotta get up every motherfucker.
I'm gonna give my opinion at the end of it. I ain't gonna lie.
Harder, homie.
I'm gonna see. I already got my opinion on it, to be honest. Cause what I worked Zaxby's when I was 15. No, Zaxby's when I was 16. I worked Wawa when I was 17 and 18, a little bit of 18 too, and then now I do security, so I ain't gonna lie. And now I'm streaming, so I did both. Well, I'm doing both right now, and I got my opinion on it, but y'all gonna have to wait to the end.
Because you gotta get up every motherfucker. It's not facts, bro.
Streaming and social media creation is harder than a 9 to 5.
Nah, it's not facts, bro. 9 to 5 is way harder, homie.
Why do you say that?
Because you gotta get up every motherfucking day, go to the motherfucking bullshit job,
Okay.
slave fucking pickers.
See, that's the thing.
Nigga said
You're right.
things.
You get up every day, you go through the motions. You don't have to get a good night's sleep. You don't get locked in. You wake up, you go, took some patties.
Oh.
Sign a few envelopes, answer phone calls. With streaming and social media creation, you have to be on your computer.
No, when you're a mail carrier on the roadway, let me tell you something, man. I get treated like
critiquing every little thing we do, every decision we make, every thought we have.
Hey, man, I wish I had a day like y'all. I wish.
Sign a few envelopes and put them in a mailbox.
We got it gravy, bro.
What's the next trend? What's the next
Nigga said
trend? Oh my God.
What type of slang is that? Where's he from?
Bite my ass
In my
every
lunch
day.
breaks, your lunch breaks. We don't have breaks. We're on 24/7. You got high energy 24/7.
I ain't gonna lie, that's L take, Lacey. Cause streaming, you could break whenever you want. You don't gotta have an outro to stream. You could just say, all right, I'm done for today. Turn the stream off. Say you don't like something that was said in chat. Turn the stream off. Might do that shit all the time. I ain't gonna lie. So that's L take by Lacey. Right now, what streamers? No, 9 to 5, 1 streamer, 0.
I do get back in.
We're not even at home. We're walking around. We're walking around. We're going to parties. We're all this stuff.
I gotta explain this word. I am $100.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, I don't watch Faze like that. I never was really into it. Is his tattoos like, his tattoos look like it's still stencil? Like, that's the stencil. What the fuck, man? Or are they real? He just got them like that.
At parties. We're all this stuff.
I gotta explain this word. I am $100 a year. I had to work double overtime. Bullshit.
Okay, what about this? You're guaranteed to get paid. You have a steady rate.
I don't work, I don't get paid. It's simple as
Yeah,
that.
you have a guarantee paid if you work. That's your decision if you don't
I
want
gotta
to
work
work.
in the job.
If I don't go live, I don't get paid either.
You don't gotta deal with people spamming L's.
Yes, people in the chat spamming L's.
Flat. Shut the fuck up with that shit, bro.
Imagine you have to be high energy. Oh, hey guys, how's it going? Like this drink.
That's me. 24/7. I'd rather do that.
So why didn't you become a streamer?
Man, that's what I want to do. That. Because I buy shit.
If streaming is so easy, how come every single person in the city is streaming?
People are lazy. They want to put in the work.
That's their fault. I get called fat all the time.
So what? I can call fat chubby. All my homeboys call me chubby, fat, whatever. That's what homeboys are. I'm going to give a fuck. Yeah, I didn't you right, homeboy. You right. But check this out. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to go out and take that.
I think she got something she wants to say.
Oh my gosh, wait, we're seeing a flag.
Unfortunately, these flags are actually useless. We decided to use a timer instead because we suck at explaining things.
Type stuff. Wait, so okay, so this is still the same topic. They just get different people. Alright, guys.
You raised your flag, sir, recently.
Yeah, because I was actually a cook for 15 years. So that means for 15 years, I had to get up practically every day, get dressed, go to work, and I had to deal with not only adults, but I also had to...
I ain't gonna lie. I forgot what show or movie it is, but it's an old lady. I think it's a Disney movie, matter of fact. She looked like the lady off of there. Shit, what is it from? I'm gonna think about it. If I remember it, I'm gonna pause it and say it. I can't remember it right now.
The lazy thugs are. You don't know the lazy thugs are.
I can't go out in public without 10 kids coming up asking for a picture. You know how hard that is?
Oh, isn't that special?
Yeah, that's a good
How long do
thing.
you think this is going to last?
Forever.
You think this is going to last forever?
I hope so. You just proved my point for me. I don't have that security.
And 9 to 5 is generally more secure than streaming because it offers steady income benefits and legal protections, while streaming is unpredictable, highly competitive, and income depends on viewer support and algorithms.
It's gonna last forever. Having a job,
That's why you gotta
you have that security of, oh, I have a job, I have a degree, I have this. This could end for me tomorrow.
Hypothetically, if you all said you lost all your followers, what would you do?
I know what he'll do. Get
No,
up.
I'm
Trigger warning.
asking him. What would you
Job.
do? If you lost completely all
He
your
said get a
YouTube
job.
viewers, you had nothing. No one watched you anymore. I didn't even watch you anymore. What would you have to do?
Wait,
You
so
would
she's
have
a
to
fan?
actually have to go to work.
If I did lose all my followers, I would probably buy a couple houses and start my real estate empire.
Okay, so then you would have to actually go to work. You would actually have to go to the
And
office.
I would think that would be a much easier job than streaming.
You gotta go into your setup though and sit in front of studio lights and read the chat, be interactive. And
No, he lost everybody. He lost everybody. He has no followers whatsoever. He would have to.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't like her point just because the probability of that happening is like so low. Like cancel culture, I'm not gonna lie, that's not even a thing anymore, to be honest. Well, I ain't gonna lie, the Faze people are so big. I feel like they're one of the people that like just can't be canceled. So the probability of his followers going to zero is like not real.
Turn around. My point. You would have to.
Bro, did he get a tattoo of thugs, guy? That should say
No
thugs.
followers.
That's
interactive.
No, he lost everybody. He lost everybody. He has no followers whatsoever. He would have to.
This nigga really got a tattoo of
Turn
thugs.
around. My point. You would have to turn around.
You're proving my point on why this is harder because I could lose it all tomorrow.
You could lose it tomorrow.
If let's say you're a cook, right? Let's say you got fired. You have hundreds of people lined up. You go cook over here, cook over there. You be a private chef. Exactly. I don't have that security.
I was a cook in the school system. I cooked all frozen food.
But you still cook. You still cook.
Yo, she sound like she from Boston, bro.
I think I saw a flag right here.
I see red flags.
I'm gonna have the bag like yo lazy. This is the truth.
He rage baiting her.
I think it's something you guys aren't taking into account. Can we get a brand deal? I gotta post on an Instagram story. I gotta go find the Four Local can. I gotta make sure I get the Four Local can. And
Not to mention,
I ain't gonna lie, he gotta stop talking because he just like none of the points he's making are valid points. Like he's just saying shit just to say shit.
it didn't work. It ruins our Twitter impressions too.
and then I go to start falling off.
My name is Ron. I'm a registered nurse from the South. 35 years ago, I decided to go to nursing school because I wanted to be a creative. I thought I love fashion, I love acting, I love singing. But
What does nursing have anything to do with that? She up here yapping.
in the South, a whole lot of racism back in the 60s and the 50s. People didn't give a rat's ass if
I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy to think about. She just said 35 years ago. So that would have been, what? We're in 2025 right now. We just gonna say 70s, fuck it. Wait. Okay, damn. No, that's crazy. That was, for some reason, that seems like way longer. Like 1960s feels longer than 35 years ago. But she right.
you created something, and they wouldn't support your business. So yes, a 9 to 5 is much harder. I had to work 7 to 3, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I had to support my daughter.
You don't want to go to 12-hour shifts.
No, have you ever done this?
I got a question for Rhonda. Rhonda, have you ever done a subathon?
What's a subathon?
30 days straight.
A Twitch Subathon is a live streaming event on Twitch where the streamer's broadcast time is extended based on the numbers of subscriptions they receive. Essentially, every time a viewer subscribes, the streamer timer increases, creating a marathon stream that can last for hours or even days.
24 hours a day and night. We all stream. That ain't even help. You're talking about what you said.
Did she say healthy?
We all stream. That ain't even help.
That ain't even healthy.
You get to go home afterwards, see your family, relax. We were on camera 30 days straight, no personal.
How did you arrest you have? When did you get a break? Clean, boo-boo, clean, boo-boo.
What have you been reading at?
You never read a ashtray. You're short-handed. You don't
About the fake relationships that you have. Oh my God. Now keep think about this.
I ain't gonna lie. The fake relationships thing, I don't think that's a valid point either. Just because once you already got your platform, it's up to you what you do with it. You don't gotta kiss nobody's ass really to make it to where you want to go if you just grind.
Think about this.
That's how I feel about it.
Little first we call them parasocials. Judge your relationships. You can't go out to dinner or have a girl take a picture in your car without them finding out. I got caught with my ex. I got caught with my ex, and I got treated like I was a pedophile for it.
But mental health, when you stop caring about what people think and what they say about you, do you. And that's the big problem with other people. You care about what people think, social media, what they say about us.
Bro, the thing about that is, she tried to say younger people. Everybody, look, I don't care who you are. Damn. Everybody cares what somebody thinks. It's nobody that cares what nobody thinks. That's not even healthy, to be honest. So, invalid point.
That's our job. You said you're a nurse, right?
35 years.
What do you think's harder?
35 years.
24-hour open surgery, like when you're helping with, the doctor, etc., or 24-hour stream?
24-hour open surgery.
Or, for one, that's not even comparable because you got somebody's life in your hands. Like, so the stress is higher. You can make mistakes. Doing 24-hour streams is fun. You could sleep on stream. You could go out. You could do anything on stream. Surgery is like high stress, so that's not a valid point either.
We're saving thousands, you're saving one.
You got a point with that, though. I ain't gonna lie. That's valid.
You said 30 days subathon, right? Yeah. My argument is that you guys
That boy's unemployed.
actually did any of the work during that, and it was all your filmers, your editors, your producers. All these people back here are the ones doing the work. You guys just show up and have fun.
They didn't do anything. It's a group project.
That's a valid point too, because production does do a lot. They gotta switch cameras. They want to see this angle, that angle, this. They just gotta be there, really. But it is high energy. That shit does get draining.
Hey, that's bad news. We wouldn't have any work if it wasn't for us, though.
That's a fact too. I ain't gonna lie, that's a valid point.
It's to say, as every person in this room, we keep them employed as well. Because here's the thing, we get sponsors from these companies that have 9-to-5s, right? These companies,
That's a valid point.
hold on. These companies are not viable without influencers to push the branding.
No, I ain't gonna lie, that's not all the way true. But
So how was your job?
I have worked a real job.
What was your real job?
I worked 8 months, I worked a double. I worked Walmart and Panera at the same time.
what are they laughing for?
Making me laugh.
Yeah, like, a job is a
I
job.
feel like they're all.
And what did he say? He said Panera and what else? Bro, why the fuck does it keep doing that?
So how was your job?
I have worked a real job.
What was your real job?
I worked 8 months, I worked a double. I worked Walmart and Panera at the same time.
Honestly, laughing. Oh, stop making me laugh.
Walmart and Panera. That's not bad,
I
honestly.
actually feel like they're all.
Alright, round 2, Ryan. Stable Ronaldo's streams are high energy and entertaining, often featuring Fortnite gameplay, funny reactions, and interactive moments with fans. Known for his humor and loud personality, he keeps his audience engaged with constant commentary for viral clips. So he get like 23K per stream. He got like 4 million followers. That's valid. I don't even know who he is, I'm not gonna lie. Who is Ron?
Hi, Chris.
Alright, Chris.
Okay,
Why
that's
do you
Ron.
think the 9-to-5?
So I'm fucking with Ron. He's probably retired. I was gonna say he's not employed, but he's probably retired. Ron, I ain't gonna lie, he had the most valid points since the video started.
But it's not harder than what you do.
Well, you're guaranteed to pay.
Guaranteed to pay.
Yeah.
And that makes it harder,
Yeah.
harder.
No, it makes it easier for you.
Makes it easier
Yeah.
because we have a guarantee.
100%.
Makes it easier for 9-to-5 people to have a job because they're paid.
Yeah, when you go to work every day,
So
everyone
you're
makes.
basing the ease of a job just on somebody getting paid regularly? Is that what you?
Well, let's just say when that comes to perspective. If you say someone who works food and someone who works a doctor, it's obviously different. But if you're talking abroad, 9-to-5, someone who doesn't need a degree, yeah, it's way easier than being a streamer.
How so?
Well, it's because you're guaranteed and you don't need any crazy knowledge. You don't need to go to school for most jobs, like certain things like a 9-to-5. If you wanted to go work at Foot Locker, I could go to Foot Locker, apply, and then next thing you know, I'm selling shoes for pay every single hour.
That's a valid fact.
So according to you, a job is easier or harder based on the guaranteed pay? That's one.
I ain't gonna lie, that lady in the back is a hater, bro. Like, she is a hater. I don't like her.
Job is
Like, look at her.
easier or
She's so
harder.
old, she don't even know that people do this now. When you're in class and they don't want you clapping, or like when you used to go to assemblies, middle school, elementary school, do your homework on snapping.
Working at Foot Locker, working at a job like Panera, or whatever it is easier than a streamer, yes, because a streamer you have to come out with ideas, you have to stay relevant.
We're talking about ideas now.
Yeah,
We're talking about pay.
Okay, so we want
That's one way that
but you're not even, you keep switching it. So
I'm not switching anything.
You 100% are. So how is it harder if you're guaranteed to pay? I worked for 4 years of streaming, I didn't make $1.
Well, what's your difference?
I ain't gonna lie. That's the grind though, cause 4 years, that's a long ass time to not be making a single dollar when all you gotta do is just average what for Twitch. Well, I ain't gonna lie, Twitch is just popping up, so I can't even really say that.
Definition of hard. That's the thing. It's like what
Something that you need creativity, you need to get out of your circle, cover your zone. You need to be able to actually make people believe what you, in the sense of like, oh, this is good content. Do you watch any TV shows?
So much.
So it's the same thing. So the people that you're entertained by are people like us, just for a different audience.
That's
Okay.
true.
That's a
We're
valid
talking about
fact.
entertainment as a job. We could talk about entertainment.
This is entertainment.
as a
This is
job. Yeah,
entertainment.
entertainment
My
as a
question
job
to you
doesn't
is why,
Absolutely.
so do you truthfully, you can sit here and think that working at like a Foot Locker or something, I'm just using that because that's an example, is harder than a streamer?
It depends on what you are saying the word hard means.
In the sense of
Bro,
everyday activity.
he trying to like run in
Just like,
circles with that shit.
7
Like,
a.m., 8 a.m.
just answer the question,
Pay
bro.
people to do the same thing.
Sure.
Some people do that.
And you deal with yourself.
No, you deal with millions
When
of
you're
people.
creating that content and you have your phone,
Okay.
you're dealing with you and yourself in that phone.
Okay, so what happened? not true.
person. That's not true at all.
Yeah, 'cause you gotta be interactive.
Relies on me. If I stop doing shit, he's like, he's
So
doing
when
the
you
job.
go to your job, when you go to work, rather than punching a card, you pick up your phone and you turn on a camera.
Okay, so when you punch the card, let's say, who's above you? Your boss, right? What happens if he just takes the business and he says, oh, we're not doing it anymore? You lose your job.
But the work is picking up the phone or turning
That's
on
a
the
fact.
camera as opposed to going in with a bunch of people and having to multitask tasks you have to do throughout your shift and deal with your
Tasks you have to do
coworkers
throughout the
and your
stream.
personal thing. Tell me how much you do of that stuff while you're actually doing your job for however many number of hours that you are talking and typing and shitting and eating and all that stuff, and everybody's watching you do.
No, but there's actually a mental aspect.
I understand that.
Camaraderie. Like you have like a group of people, like friendships, relationships, which is also more I think in life. You build that with your coworkers and stuff like that. And that's
All right, bye.
Why did he run? Nah, that's L. Why did he run? That boy, I don't know who he is, but he got the spin and he left. He shouldn't even be able to come back up. I ain't gonna lie. He shouldn't be able to do that.
So I'm Angelina, and I work as an executive assistant.
You're right.
Okay. You don't know her?
Alright, so you guys were talking about
She don't even know why she cheering.
and I thought that was really interesting.
What she say?
Alright, so you guys were talking about the mental aspect, and I
What the fuck? Why do we keep doing this? Hello?
thought that was really interesting
Oh, I'm like, what the fuck?
because as some. Alright, so you guys were talking about the mental aspect, and I thought that was really interesting because as someone who works a 9 to 5, technically it's a 10 to 6, but I still have to clock in a certain amount of time. I come home, I'm too tired to cook. Fortunately, I have a beautiful girlfriend that does all of that stuff for me when I get home, but if I didn't, I would have to cook for myself and get to bed in time and wake up in time to commute back to my job. You guys talk about how it's hard because there's a mental aspect, and I understand as someone who's been on social media a lot, that you get really. So I actually did content creation starting at the age of 14. When I moved to LA, I gained like 10,000 followers off the bat, and I was very young and I started working with different brands. I totally understand the mental aspect. It's just that you guys can afford to say, hey, I'm gonna go wherever for 2 weeks, and that can be content, that can be your job,
Yeah,
and you
facts.
actually get to relax and travel the world and have other
So you
opportunities.
say a lot of there's no relaxation. If I can answer a couple. So you were saying like to go back to the beginning, you were saying like you can manage like your time with like relationship. Was that correct? Like you have your girlfriend when you go home. Like
I fortunately have a support system, but I every day like ask myself how I was
so I'll give
able
you
to do
an
it.
example. I was so you said 14 you started. I started at 16. For about 3 years, I was making money and it went super up, and then all of a sudden it went down. Right?
Damn.
I lost everything. Fell
Bro,
off,
was he trying to eat with his
and then
feet?
all of a sudden it went down. Right? I lost
Oh,
everything.
shit, no.
Fell off completely. Real story. This is a real story. This isn't a joke. Why you smiling?
I've been there. I've been 9 to 5 worker. I've been
So, like
there.
you said, you have a support system. I moved across the country from my parents at the age of 19, lived alone in an apartment, was paying a certain amount of money every single month, and I was losing money. I wasn't making enough money to pay my rent. Like, I had money in my bank for my rent, but I wasn't making more than my rent. So I was
You were
losing.
in the red every
I was in the red every single month. Girlfriend broke up with me at the time, so alone across the country. So it's like when you're alone too and everything's going down.
Bro, see, she is a hater. Like, why does
So
she
it's
keep
like
doing
when you're
that?
alone
That's
too
weird
and
shit.
everything's
Like, don't
going
be
down.
weird.
Where's my support system? I don't like why you laughing about it.
Yeah, facts.
You
Like,
said that for the
her
first
ass
4 years
weird.
you started streaming, you had no income. How were you able to survive? So that to a certain extent is privilege.
That's
it's
personal.
not privilege.
It is.
My
Not
mom,
really.
my mom, how they actually, how's it privilege?
Yeah.
It's privilege because you have the support system to have a place to
Well,
live.
at 15, 16, I hope I have.
Like, what?
Yeah, but a lot of people
Come on,
don't
bro.
have to
Wait,
take
that's a
9 to
whole different
5.
stuff.
Yeah, that is a whole different topic.
A lot of
Wait, they
people
work
don't
9 to
have
5?
families that support them or accept
That's a whole
them.
different conversation.
Yeah.
9 to 5.
Because they
no.
still need to survive. So the fact that you were given
So how did you move to LA?
I moved across the country as well with my mom when I was 15 years old.
Do you not think that's privilege?
I
Yes.
moved into a one-bedroom in Santa Monica and shared a trundle bed, so.
Still.
I was reselling shoes to afford my mom's mortgage.
I get it. I've definitely helped my family out in times where I was able to, but I also had to have my family support me in order for me to have certain opportunities to make money in the first place. So if you didn't have content creation, what would you be doing?
It's a great question. I don't know because I didn't set my goals that way. I set up my life to that.
W. W response.
Let's say just in simple terms, we all got paid off.
Damn, bro, I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing for this shit.
$100,000 a month, crazy amount of money. Wait, would you guys still say just in simple terms, we all got paid $100,000 a month, crazy amount of money. Wait, would you guys still truthfully? I'm asking a serious question. Would you guys say that all of our jobs are harder than each other, truthfully?
Yeah, if she was a nurse, she had to go to medical school for years just to be able to have a
But she knew that she was getting security because she was going to be a nurse, correct?
Yeah.
You knew you were going to do it.
That's definitely secure.
I think security, you just proved my point. You just proved my point.
No job is secure, but content creation gives you the ability to have those savings, to have an audience. And even if you do lose all your followers one day,
Let's say I lost it all tomorrow.
I ain't gonna lie. She's saying a lot, but then like she's contradicting herself at the same time. Cause she's like, she just said with content creation, okay, that gives you enough to save, but then she also just said you can take a vacation, which is more content, which means you have to spend more money. So I mean, she kind of like contradicting herself. But I get what she's saying at the end of the day. But content creation, basically, to go IRL and stuff, you gotta have good Wi-Fi, money. What? You gotta have stuff to do, money. You gotta have gas, or however you're traveling, which is still money at the end of the day. So.
you still have residuals of the previous viral videos. Even if people are hating on you and shitting on you, that's still adding to what goes into your pocket.
It is literally
I get what she's saying with
one
that.
surgery and make $100,000.
Because they were
That's a
training for
fact.
decades and they had to go to school. You went to school to be a content creator?
Trigger University.
Man, Adapt. My brother always talk about Adapt. I don't watch his ass though. Adapt is a top tier variety and IRL streamer, averaging around 13,000 viewers per stream on Twitch. So he got like, damn, that's a big ass number. I've been out of school too long. What is that? 930,000 followers and peaking as high as, we just gonna say 4,600 concurrent viewers. That's a lot of fucking viewers. Faze Adapt is a key figure in Faze. He has helped shape Faze brand type shit. Oh, that's him. Okay. Yeah, he looked like the uncle of the group. Him and the orange hair nigga. I ain't gonna lie. Orange hair, he kind of looked like Bernie a little bit from Sesame Street. College professor.
Doing good. So first of all, I want to say I do respect all of you for what you do, and you guys do work, but you do not work as hard as people who have.
Shit like this be pissing me off, cause like, gang, you're getting old just a second. Like, your eyebrows dark as fuck, mustache dark as fuck, no hair, so obviously you're old. Or you're balding. Mustache, I mean your beard gray. Like, I feel like that's the difference between men. Like, he can't accept that he's getting older. He can. He's fully gray. He appreciate his gray. He's balding. He want to keep his hair. Okay, so what? But like, don't dye your, like, this is clearly dyed. You can even tell right here. That shit is gray. You can tell right there too. That shit is gray. Like, come on, gang.
A regular job, don't know that. I mean, I do know it for sure. It's very clear. People have to wake up and do their routine over and over again. It's not a daily thing. It's a weekly thing. It's a monthly thing. It's a yearly thing. It's a life thing. And if they screw up, they lose their jobs. And they always have to be careful, because if they do something weird, they say something weird to their coworker, their boss, they're going to lose their job. If you lose some followers because of something you say, you'll get other followers. And you have a large following enough where there's enough of a range of perspectives that people.
I ain't gonna lie, I was just saying this, but like, they will obviously lose followers, but like they can't get canceled. But it goes both ways though, cause like okay, you lose a job, go get another one. Like what Rakai said, grown ass man.
People will always be on board for you as long as you're producing content. People who screw up at their jobs and lose their jobs, and maybe there's a recession, there's not a lot of jobs, as
That's a valid point.
You know, they get potentially homeless or worse.
Cancel culture?
What's that? Yeah, of course I've heard of it. But how many people have been canceled?
Cancel culture, when someone is called out on social media for something they did or for an opinion in the present or past that turns society against them and it goes viral, ruining the person's career or online popularity.
Like your dad. I mean, it happens all the time. Your boss is not going to be loyal to you if you don't get that thing in on time, 5 times, but you're done.
Okay, so listen, but to be able to get that loyal following of people that follow you, that needs to build that over years and hours and hours of trust and communication and intimate relationships with your audience. Okay, that's not something that's just given to you. You don't just fall into a million subscribers, 2 million subscribers, 3 million
That's a
subscribers.
fact.
It takes work for sure. But like, what you guys are talking about in terms of like the toll it takes on you, a large part of it, and let me tell you, man, I'm a little older than you guys, so a large part of it is just general angst from being young, and you just happen to have a camera in front of you. Like, a large part of it is just general angst.
Gang, are we dead ass right now? I ain't gonna troll, cause she might have had cancer, cause you can see like right here, something obviously happened, but hell no, gang, that ain't that. If my grandma was wearing that, I would tell her straight up, that ain't it. I love you to death, Greenie. That ain't it.
Being young, and you just happen to have a camera in front of you, and like talking to people or whatever, but at the same time, like, you're doing exactly what most people are doing, which is dealing with life stuff, and that's normal. Like the mental toll that it takes dealing with people and getting comments and this and that, that's like normal. Like the mental toll that it takes dealing with people and getting comments and this and that, that's what everybody deals with. But you don't have to wake up at 6 in the morning and get to your job and then be there and like be on the whole time, no matter what. Anyone who has a 9 to 5 has to do that. So what do you do? Well, I'm a college professor, so. I have to do that same sort of.
You gotta come in and teach the same shit for the next
W Silky, man.
To Silky's point, you're a college professor, so you're essentially reteaching the same curriculum to the same.
That I had to take years to learn,
You know what I'm saying? But I started making content when I was 12 years old. It started out.
Damn, boy, he was ugly as
I
shit.
started making content when I was 12 years old.
Damn, he's hideous.
It started out playing Call of Duty trick shotting. I don't think anybody in this room could hit a crane shot. I don't know if anyone in this room could whistle.
I don't know if I had to be proud of it.
So I had to do that for 4 years, right? And
That's definitely something to be proud of.
YouTube for 4 years, right? And then I had to do Faze Clan, build Faze Clan out, fix Faze Clan, and then do streaming.
Okay.
So
with how many people helping you?
How many people helping me?
Yeah.
Come on now. Or which stage?
All of them. Was it just you? Like,
No. It was just me. There's receipts.
it wasn't built on the shoulders of anyone?
There's receipts on YouTube of me.
Okay, where did YouTube come from? How did YouTube become so easy? Because a bunch of people worked their butts off 9 to 5 making it a thing. And you couldn't press play, you couldn't punch record, and you could just talk.
I can just teach on. Yeah, boom, there you go.
Right,
That's the same
I
shit.
spent years earning my...
That I ain't gonna lie, that's a fact. Cause the same way people built YouTube, the same way people had to build up that campus. You don't know the people that built that campus. You don't know the people that built YouTube.
credentials and mastering. Come on, guys. Your credentials are playing video games. I play video games in my spare time. Come on, guys.
Wait, hold on. Why he got mad? That boy get like when I get mad. Well, I ain't even gonna say mad. When I get excited, my voice gets like a little bit higher. That boy started talking fast. That boy said, "Come on, guys."
Come on, guys. Your credentials are playing video games. I play video games in my spare time. Come on,
I
guys.
thought you didn't know my spare time.
It's okay. You understand.
What do you say?
Come on, guys.
You know what it is, play video games. It's okay. You understand.
I ain't gonna lie. He was like the best one so far. Either, well, I ain't gonna lie, him and the girl, they kind of like tied for first. I don't like, well, the nurse, she a close second, but she wasn't as good as them. they actually have like valid points. The first girl, she's the L. Fuck that one. And I fuck with him more just because he said he actually acknowledged like what they do is like it's not as easy as people make it seem.
And my perspective is coming from a hair and makeup artist. Physical job.
Hair and
It doesn't
makeup.
seem like any of you guys can even compete with
Oh,
physicality.
I don't want to do it for free.
Just sitting on your butt and talking into a microphone. Very different.
They're laughing at her,
Very
man.
different than having to get up in the morning, carry all of your gear. You've got to carry all of your hair makeup, all of your supplies. You have to haul it around, get up early in the morning.
No, you don't. She's making that up. All of that stays in the shop or wherever you do hair at. You don't gotta haul it around and carry it in. Bro, hell no. You gotta do that one time, which is when you're moving in or when you're packing up. So twice, really.
You have to stand on your feet all day. You never sit
So
down.
valid.
You're breathing in toxic chemicals all day.
That's on you.
Hairspray.
So your
So
whole
it's
thing.
dangerous. Your job isn't dangerous. Your job isn't physically taxing.
Okay, I see her point.
Listen. So your whole thing is we can't do what you do, right?
It's not physical. I'm saying that a 9-to-5 job where you physically have to do some hauling around stuff.
So physically, I physically can't haul around
Into my
bags of like makeup. You physically could never trick shot. You could not hit a trick shot. You can't 10-8. You can't
That's a
hold
fact.
a controller and make a 200K montage.
Okay.
No one in here. None of you can.
And you have to do that for 12 hours a day.
Yes. Actually, yes.
And then your days are done. When you're done doing that, just
I don't know why. I don't know why they chose so many like older people for this. Probably because most younger people say streaming is harder. I guess. I don't know, but I feel like there's a good amount of young people that say 9 to 5 is harder. So I don't know why they chose so many old people that like don't even know the half of going to streaming, like editing, thumbnails, all type of shit. But like you got to do the layers, the layouts. But I feel like they could have got more like people that's in tune with both fields, to be honest.
is your job done? Do you have to go shopping and replace all of the things that you use?
No.
You have to clean all of your gear.
That's not.
You don't know about hit markers.
I ain't gonna lie. Okay, bro, this nigga said hit markers. But back to her though. She said go shopping and replace. You probably run out of stuff like what? Once every like 2 months, and you don't run out of everything at the same time. So you just go and pick it up. Like she's making it harder than what it is. I feel like I'm not a hairdresser, so I don't know personally, but I don't think she is trying to like over exaggerate it.
You have to clean all of your
You don't
gear.
know about dry streaks. You don't know about hit markers.
When you're done,
You
you're
don't know
done.
about if Elgato wasn't on.
When you're done, you're done.
That was crazy.
If I rendered my video in Vegas and I sent the editor clips without disabling reset,
Oh my God.
my montage is fucked. The main underlying argument here is what you do is physically
Daily, day to day.
Your main thing is
Okay, so
what
she's saying
you do
it's
is
tedious.
physically more taxing and
Yeah.
hard
Yeah.
than what any of
Yeah.
Dangerous.
I could say the same thing. You cannot physically trick shot. You could never.
Fact.
I would go as far as
I ain't gonna lie, Brody on the end right here, he laughed so hard at that because he knows that's a fact. That's why he got the flag up. It's time for her to get up out of there.
I would go as far as
How many hours a day do you trick shot? How many hours a day do you trick shot? How many
I feel like I'm
hours?
getting sick, y'all.
It was 12 hours a day. It was however long I needed to. However long I needed to. However long I needed to get a clip.
It's 12 hours a day, every day. 5 seconds.
And that clip is,
He carries a bear at 50 cal and he jumps off his
I would have to jump, get on Call of Duty, turn my sense all the way up to 1010. I would have to get the last.
I don't even know what that means.
I think it would be in the right spot, throw the concussion. Now I gotta have my rotations down. I gotta have my rotations. Dead zone, I'm on dead zone. Stay drip, stay drip.
But that is not all YouTubers that are doing something physical. A lot of it is just talking.
Yeah, but she also said it was
It's the same for 9 to 5 though.
around IRL stream, and someone could have
A lot of 9 to 5 aren't on their feet all day. There's a lot of desk jobs in the world, so a lot of people actually sit down all day. If anything, their eyes would get strained from the computer, but I don't know. She's just not having a whole lot of valid points.
rob us or kill us. I thought it was
Wait, what is that?
Doing something physical. A lot of it is just talking.
Yeah, but she also said it was dangerous. We could walk around IRL stream, and someone could rob us or kill us.
That's a fact. Put that location.
They're laughing.
Yeah.
I've got a pumpkin thrown on my back.
That kid ran up to him on the street. Almost became the corner of his stars.
Alright, round 4, Silky. Silky is a high-energy IRL and GTA 5 streamer known for reactive, interactive streams alongside other Faze members on Twitch. He has around 866,000 followers, averages roughly 8K to 22K viewers per stream in events like subathons, and peaked at 60K. Okay. Oh, should I muted it? Okay. We got Rhonda, I think.
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
Oh, Thelma.
I am
Wait, who's Rhonda?
Occupation on my last job. I worked as a librarian with elementary school children.
Okay.
I have been an executive secretary, leader. Yes, yes, all that. You know, it's who you are. That you know, we create social media all the time because that's what we are. We're 9 to 5ers and we interactive and have energy with people. Where I don't think that you guys have that. You have
That boy Silky said, first his head was, and then they said, "Are you serious?" Nah, that was crazy though. I ain't gonna lie, she lost me with that.
interactive and
You gotta have
have
energy to
energy
stream.
with people. Where I don't think that you guys have that. You have false energy because you're across the screen. You're not interacting with people like
I don't feel like it's false because I feel like if it's false, you're gonna know it's false. So you're not gonna like it's not if it doesn't seem authentic to you, they're gonna know that it's off. Just like now, like okay, I'm talking to a camera, but like I feel like having a conversation with something that doesn't talk back is harder than having a conversation with someone that could. You feel me? So
What are we doing right now?
You're doing it now because we're doing a video.
So it should be meaningful. Doesn't make it harder.
There's millions of people.
I'm gonna have all y'all gang up on.
There's millions of people who watch the video.
Yes.
Save lives every day. Probably more than doctors.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's people that literally stay alive because they want to watch our
You
video.
know about going out and
That's a
it's 2
fact.
at night, staying out till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, trying to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
that's your choice.
So you have a car. Okay, so
So,
that just makes you irresponsible. As a 9 to 5 worker, you don't work every day, so do it on your day off or take the day off.
but I'm saying
That's
that
your choice.
you guys don't do the interaction. You don't touch people like this.
okay. Now
What the shit's going on?
go to the club.
I was like, okay, who said that?
Shit's going on.
That shit was
Go to the
funny.
club. You get to put some shades on and you go by the day to work. We can't do that because we have thousands of people.
But is that your choice?
God, no.
that
You
your
don't want me.
choice?
We don't want to see you like this.
Is that your
Wait, she's saying that that's your choice. It's her choice to go to the club though, also. So invalid. There's too many older people on here. Like, where's the younger people?
You chose that. You chose this
No, that's the
option.
thing. We can't.
And that's what's happening now. now. That's what's happening now with the whole world. It's a total disconnect. When you have a 9 to 5, you're dealing with people. You're touching people's hearts, soul, mind. No, you are not.
You know me.
I appreciate you, and I respect what you do.
You watch A Entertainment?
Of course I watch you. I got kids, I got grandkids. Of course I watch.
So then they were touching.
But the interaction is not
Did it make you
real.
feel better?
When I watch it,
Wait, did it make you feel better?
what make me feel better? It all depends on
Have you
what
ever been entertained? Have you ever been entertained like
I
feel good.
Some of it is fake. Some of it is fake.
You're not answering.
So now listen.
Okay, well, let me answer because I'm debating.
Right after this, I got you.
Okay, all right.
So when you're entertained, have you ever felt like your day was better? You watch something? You never felt like that?
Yeah, sure.
So what's the difference with us?
The difference with you is that you guys do this 24/7.
Odin Valhalla Rising, now available on mobile and PC, exclusively with Google Play Games.
When I think about how I divide my time, it's very carefully. I'm Alex Diaz. I'm a professional.
So what's the difference? Have you ever felt like your day was better? You watch something? You never felt like that?
Yeah, sure.
So what's the difference with us?
The difference with you is that you guys do this 24/7.
Yeah.
You know, it is like you
That's not a valid point.
Talking about, oh, I can't even go out with my girlfriend. Or I can't even go out and
No, that just sounds like jealousy.
You know what? I'm a very social person. I'm very popular in what I do and what I am. I do social media.
What we do has not affected people. It's not real. How come when I go out in public and I meet someone and they're like, oh my God, wait, I love your videos growing up. You're my childhood. I used to watch it. Like, you were my child. You know how like we grew up watching Disney Channel? That's, I've had Ben 10 hundreds of times. Bro, years of my life have kids come to me and say these things. So.
That's a valid point. Look at her with the flag, bro. She hating. Why she hating? I already know she hating. I don't even know what she's saying. I just know she hating. I hate people like that.
Robbie, I'm a server at an Italian restaurant.
Okay, Robbie.
Oh, that's not fair.
You have the same menu, make the same food every day.
First thing I'm gonna say is nobody's gonna say being a nurse.
Nah, that's El Silky right there. Cause you already know how people are. You get different people every day, different attitudes. So, El Silky.
My aunt was, that is the most difficult shit. How you gonna disrespect your mom like that,
Wait, what you
dude?
say?
Same menu, make the same food every day.
First thing I'm gonna say is nobody's gonna say being a nurse is hard. Because my aunt was, that is the most difficult shit. How you gonna disrespect your mom like that, dude?
Right now.
You can disrespect your mom and say that your work is harder? It's so rude.
How many works two of them? He lives in two houses. Let me ask you something. He said his daddy's, she worked in two houses.
No disrespect. No disrespect for what you do. I'm not your target audience. So break it down for me because I don't even get it.
Oh my God.
Let me ask you something.
You just said I'm not your target audience because I'm black.
Bro, come on, Silky.
Because I'm black. That is what I'm talking about. It's harder.
It is just every.
I gotta get talking to everybody think I'm a hoodlum. I'm a nice guy.
Totally do.
I can't get talking to that guys. I used to work at Costco. I had the greatest 401k granted to me. That means that when I retire, I get the biggest stipend of my life. You don't have to just sit there and just think back all day just to really realize that, what, maybe 20 years I'm going to sit on millions because I worked at Costco?
Yeah, well, okay.
Bro, Silky faces be killing me, dog. Like, he's so animated. That shit is hilarious.
At Costco?
This nigga face, bro. I ain't gonna lie. When I'm editing this video, I might go back and take a picture of that shit. Just so I can make that a sticker. Because that is crazy. That face is insane.
Yeah, well, okay.
I didn't have to interact with nobody, just smacking me.
Yeah.
Hey, what you do fun? Do you enjoy what you do?
Make it fun.
Do you make it fun?
I could make it fun.
Yes or no? Is what you do fun?
Not everything's fun.
What isn't fun? Break it down for me. What do you do in a day? We'll swap stories. What do you do in a day?
Okay, so it's very stressful, right?
Not fun at all. Because this dude was talking for 20 minutes about playing video games.
That sounds like you're jealous.
That is. Like, what the fuck?
Okay, so look, right?
I'm jealous of a harder job.
No.
Oh!
Thank you.
Hey, your sarcasm. You didn't read it. Like,
No, listen.
It's called sarcasm. You didn't read it.
Maybe 34 p.m. I'm tan. I'm already drowsy because I just smoked the night before. You know why I got smoked? Because I just deal with thousands of people. I don't like people.
That's
I
it.
deal with thousands
Well,
of them.
they have no idea what the flag means.
You gonna say this, right?
Wait, but you still haven't described what you've done on the
Okay,
wake up.
I said wake up at 4 p.m., right? Now wake up, I gotta brush my teeth, right? Gotta make sure, cause I got a lot of comments. Now, you don't brush his grills. What does his real teeth look like? I gotta make sure that my
You got shit out here and think about it.
And there's girls in his chat too sometimes.
yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Ryan,
I gotta
man.
make sure I'm pressing save. I'm not saving for this video. I already know what's gonna happen. It's about to be negative comments and shit. That little scruffy shit on the page.
Sorry about that.
Now I have to gain more rivals for probably 1 to 2 hours before streaming. You know why? Because I don't get to game it after work. Like I get to game it after work.
Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rival? Damn, what the fuck did I just try to say? Marvel Rivals is the fucking most trashiest game I've ever played. My brother put me onto that. Well, he tried to put me onto that shit. That shit is fucking trash. Like, hell no.
I can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't just do that, right? After I do that, now I gotta sit here and play with somebody. What I'm gonna do with you today? Oh, looks like we got no content. All right, let's see if we can just smoke something.
No content, no money.
No content, no money.
Facts.
Now look, probably by 8 or 9 p.m., I'm still probably thinking I gotta do something to stream.
You know what's crazy? 8, 9 p.m. for him? Oh, I did my work.
You did my ear?
I did my work today.
You did the same boss already.
Dude, I don't know how this research too much, but do you know the expression, give a man enough rope?
You're losing me.
I don't know this.
Basically, you're talking yourself into a hole, man. Okay, my turn. I'll be great.
Wait, get curious. Get a man a roll. Wait, is that racist?
Yo, Silky is a troll.
Oh, you're back? Rhonda.
I'm your black auntie.
Yeah.
That's what I want to say. You say you don't like people. I don't know relationship that you got with people. So when you say shit like that, do you really mean that?
Hold on.
You say
She getting real, you feel me?
your black auntie.
Hold on, she over here cussing.
Rhonda.
I'm your black auntie.
Yeah.
Okay, black auntie Rhonda.
You say you don't like people. I don't know relationship that you got with people. So when you say shit like that, do
Okay.
you really mean that?
Do I not like
You said
I'd rather be in my own space. I'd rather be by myself.
and that's okay. But what is it that you're doing that's helping other people?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Saving lives. I'm a superhero.
Nigga said I'm superhero.
I'm a superhero, okay.
But Silky is a troll, bro. Alright, Jason. Jason is a fast rising Twitch streamer known for energetic gaming, IRL streams, and comedic content. Since joining Faze in April 2024, he's amassed around 1.4 million Twitch followers, peaked at 100+ subs. God damn. During the subathon, which was briefly the second most subscribed streamer on Twitch. First is probably Kai. Damn, that boy Jason, you feel me? He putting in work. Oh God. Who is Jason? Is this Bernie? Oh, okay. What, Jason?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You look great.
I'm Selma again.
I believe 9 to 5 is harder.
Bro. That, I swear, that all looks like stencil, dog. Somebody tell me it's just stencil or not, because I don't even know. Like, I don't know him, but, like, this is my first time seeing him. But, that shit look like stencil. That shit look goofy as fuck.
I believe 9 to 5 is harder. I mean, fuck.
Oh, hell no. Bro, that's like what Chat just did with the trophy. And it said, let me lock in the middle of his finals, whatchamacallit. I'm yapping right now, but if you know type shit. What's that?
You're dreaming is so much harder. Why are you doing it?
I can't have a public relationship because of the public eye and how they judge my relationships. I had a breakup with a girlfriend that I loved so dearly because I chose short.
So
Like
my
you said, that's a
question
choice.
I loved her.
My
I
question-
loved her and you're laughing.
My question again, if you think it's so much harder, why are you doing it?
Because I'm passionate.
Okay, so you love it. You love freedom. So you love it more than you love
That's what I had to decide.
Obviously, you just said that.
Sacrifice. That's what you have to
So
do.
you lost the human touch.
But guess what? If I had a 9 to 5, if I was flipping burgers, I could have had a girlfriend still.
But you lost the human touch.
To be honest, I don't think that's true either. Because if he wasn't streaming, he wouldn't have been able to support her lifestyle or his lifestyle. So, I mean, he made the right choice. Because hell no.
He is really got to be judged on thousands and thousands of views every single day. My person.
But, okay, and then back to my point. Back to my point. Is that your joy? Was that your joy?
Duh.
That's my point. That's my point. Was that, you gave up your girlfriend for streaming. Come on now.
You're a bag.
W choice. W choice.
But the thing is, it comes to a point where I think of
You need to come closer to the mic.
something that I love, something that I'm passionate about, emotion. I think emotion.
W motion. Lala Costa. That's a freaky ass name.
80% of people's fuck ups. I like that.
You had an opportunity to get that you
She looked like a lawyer or attorney.
whatever you want, 9 to 5. You would take it?
Yes. Because I'm really Jewish.
You don't?
Nah,
Look at this guy.
his ass lying.
I have to. This is what I do. My career. I
You
started.
feel stuck.
I feel stuck. Yeah.
Have you ever watched the show and you stop watching? Have you ever watched the show and you
All the time. Yeah.
That's a fact. I feel that.
It's canceled and I stopped watching?
No, we're saying thousands of views, stop watching.
I think you guys are mixing both
Yeah,
the issues.
Cartoon Network. And we got millions of people. You guys know what Cartoon Network is? It's on.
That, would you come up with a different way?
Wait, what did she say?
You got the kid that's the point.
Oh, shit. What
You got
shit?
millions of people. You guys know what Cartoon Network is? It's on.
So from her style, we would come up with a different
All
brand.
those people are wrong. You got the kid that's the point.
Alright, Swag. In September 2022, Swag signed an exclusively streaming contract with YouTube Gaming, becoming the first Faze Cam member to do so. During his tenure on YouTube, Swag achieved significant milestones, including a record-setting 80 kills in a okay. Alongside fellow Nuke Squad members, he broke into the top 250. Okay. Securing him. Damn, that is OD. I don't even know who he is. I ain't gonna lie. Another difference y'all can see, I haven't dropped a video in a long time, or at least a reaction. I've been dropping like shorts and shit, but we done smoking for a little bit, you feel me? We taking a little tea break.
I'm professional model. But I've worked since I was the age of 14.
She sound like Russian.
I just think personally, like I agree with Jason that I think streaming does take a certain yeah, 9 to 5. And I also think, everybody in here, like, if you guys all try to be a streamer, right? Then we all try to do what you guys do.
Yeah, else in the chat.
The probability of everybody here trying to be a streamer
Alright, in 2025, roughly 0.4 to 0.42% of Americans are likely to be licensed practicing attorneys, equivalent to about 1 in every 240 people. I don't even know what the fuck that means.
is way higher than somebody making streaming a career.
Absolutely, you got to stand up.
Wait, so what was this point?
You're a gamer.
The probability of everybody here trying to be an attorney is way higher than somebody making streaming a career.
Absolutely, you got to stand lucky because you're a gamer. You get lucky. There's so many people.
I wasn't
out
talented.
there. These days, everybody's an influencer. Come on.
No. But specifically what I do, I'm not posting selfies around the world. It's basically all, it's all pure talent.
Okay.
Facts.
Why is he lucky? Why do we all get lucky?
What is your talent? Yeah.
Call of Duty. I was a professional Call of Duty player. actual like.
So you were sitting at home and you're thinking, what am I going to do with my life while you were gaming? You're like, oh, let's put it.
I was 16, so it wasn't really like that.
So you weren't really thinking of what should I do with my life, like what should I study, what should I like, where does my life go? You just got lucky.
It's not luck, it's just he's determined. It's not luck, it's just he's determined. He knows that's the only route. He didn't get lucky.
Her favorite word is like lucky. I swear.
Everybody's a little bit of luck. I think, you know, people who don't have a job, you know, they feel they want to get lucky by getting a job. So I think people even having a job is some sort of luck.
He said, how many people of us could do this? No, it's not. It's 1 of a million because for whatever
How's that
reason.
luck? If 1 out of a million, that one.
I'm gonna lie that he gotta acknowledge it is a little luck in streaming.
Is he the best?
Not in Swag's case, cause like he gotta, you feel me? He gotta to be top 250. Hey, I done played some fucking sweats and ranked. I done been in. I think the highest I was what? It goes. I think I was Crimson, cause it goes bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and then Crimson. I think. Whichever one. It's either whatever after platinum. It was either Crimson or Iridescent. I think Iridescent is after Crimson though. But and the type of people I was playing in that bitch, oh my god, I wanted to delete the whole shit.
No, let me give you my statistics. There was over 300,000 people that played Warzone last year.
Hold on. Subtle flex.
There was over 300,000 people that played Warzone last year. This is the game that I played.
Okay.
I got floored. So I was a top 12 player across the entire world.
Damn.
So that's not luck. That's pure skill.
Okay.
Is Michael Jordan lucky? It's the wrong game lucky.
I mean, they have a talent.
I feel like to a certain extent that is lucky, cause like a little nigga like me, man, 5'8", 5'9" on a good day, you feel me? I can't go playing it. Well, I could. Shout out to Spud Webb, heart of a giant, nigga. But like, it got something to do with genetics at the end of the day. And just because your parents are tall doesn't mean you're gonna be tall.
Look, they have a talent, but you know how many talented people out there don't get the chance, don't get the shot at it?
I don't want to take up the time, so he's not talented.
No, that's not.
That's what you said. You said.
Okay.
I said a lot of people are talented don't get the shot to do what he does. So it's not.
Well, I didn't even get a shot. It was, well, I did it off the strength of me. You know, there was no one who gave me a shot or anything like that. I said,
Okay. I just said no handouts.
Yo, he ain't serious.
It's not luck. I've been doing this for 13 years. I uploaded 3,000 videos, 2,000 I edited myself while I went to college, worked a job, and still went to school.
Okay.
So that's not, I mean, if that's that's luck.
Where's the luck at?
Shout out to that boy Swag.
Again.
Is there a percentage? We are all lucky in some way, right? If we don't have a job, we're lucky in some sort of way. But also specifically, pure talent.
Okay.
And I worked with that since I was 16.
Again, I work with many talented people. I'm not saying about you. I'm just talking in general. And there's so many people that are very talented never get a shot because they don't do the right thing, they don't go the right path, they don't meet the right people. So there's so many even talented
looks so
actors who never
uninteresting.
get a shot. So I'm just saying it's pure luck.
It wasn't luck. I just saw an opportunity and just genuinely took it. It wasn't a handout. It was
Okay.
simply just, you know what, I'm talented at Call of Duty, this is what I want to do. It took me 8 years to make it a career. Is there some money? It's a talent.
Bro, she is a hater, bro. Cause like she's saying it's a video game. She probably couldn't play the video game, and that one video game has probably made more in a couple years than she will make her whole life. So like, I hate people like that.
And he paid $10 million for a video game song.
Facts. Like what the
And he paid $10 million.
It's a talent.
Mission and Jim Ryan. And he paid $10 million for a video game song.
But I'm saying, you couldn't hop on the game. You couldn't do it like you couldn't do it. It's a skill.
Your son couldn't do it. So your grandkids couldn't do it. So your son's grandkids could never do it.
Anything that takes a talent.
The genes are done. They can't do it. They can't.
How many hours a day did you spend?
When I was younger,
Yeah, when you were younger.
I would wake up 3 hours before school. So I wake up at 4 a.m. I would play before school. Bus will come at 7. I go home, come back, and do it again.
That's real.
I was 16.
I wasn't waking up at no 3 hours earlier, but I was definitely waking up. You feel me? Especially when 2K and stuff first came out, grinding that rep. Do your homework on that shit,
What's
bro.
funny, there's a disconnect here, because to you guys, when you guys were growing up, yes, it was just video games or whatever, but when we were coming up, we're like, wait, maybe we can make this career. Maybe, if we get good enough at it, and we create...
Do you not think if you're talented at something, it's a God-given gift?
Video games is not.
You don't think you should answer the question, though, bro. Yes,
Y'all could never play FNCS either.
I gotta shut up, there's a disconnect. You come from a generation where this didn't exist. His career, you looked at his career, you laughed. Now, how come in colleges they're teaching courses on conservation and esports?
Oh,
when you grew up, this didn't exist, so no wonder you're gonna laugh when you hear this shit, because you're from a completely different generation.
I feel like he's at where I'm at with her. Like, niggas is just tired of her, bro.
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah, what do you say?
You just don't get it, and I don't know if you ever will be able to wrap your head around it.
Oh, it's fun. Oh, you're gonna fight that. You're gonna fight that.
That's what you do.
That's OD, bro. They need to kick her out, like, honestly.
I'm Ronnie.
Ronnie. Fuck Ronnie. Fuck Mike Wing.
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want? With Wix, you can.
We're talking about job security. Are you familiar with layoffs, with being furloughed? Like, taking it out to... That's being... What? What does that even mean?
Everything. Every dollar. Everything.
Okay, now you can rebuild yourself back. You
Same
can
thing you can do if you get laid off.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, and okay.
It's not the same concept. Like,
I don't know, back in 2020 when everybody was getting furloughed,
In 2020, widespread furloughs happened because of the COVID-19 pandemic, forced businesses to close or scale back due to lockdowns and safety restrictions. With revenue dropping sharply, many companies couldn't afford to keep paying all their employees. I need to look up what is furloughs, to be honest, because I don't know what that shit means. I'm not gonna lie. Temporary leave of absence without pay. Okay. So basically you keep your job and keep your benefits. But you don't basically they tell it's paid unpaid leave. It's basically just unpaid leave. I don't know why the fuck she didn't say that. Trying to use big ass words and shit. Nobody knows what the fuck that means.
everybody was like, oh, let me go to social media. That's kind of an easy alternative, so that seems kind of easy.
I know, but if you lose a job,
You just get another one?
you can't search for it.
I feel like she just proved her point literally just by saying that. Everybody lost their job, ran on social media, tried to be an influencer, try to do this, try to do that. 9 times out of 10, those people are still not doing that because they didn't make it. So I feel like she just proved her point in a sense by just saying that.
You have an opportunity to search for another one.
Okay, I've been searching for another one for 10 months. I interview every day, give the same spiel, have to give that smile of walking through
I
my resume.
have been videos for 7 years and barely got any views.
Damn.
And is your, wait, you uploaded,
I ain't gonna lie. For 10 months though, gang, you might as well just go to McDonald's or something. It's time for a career change because I couldn't imagine being jobless for 10 months. No pay. And even, bro, I ain't gonna lie, by month 3 or 4, I'm trying other shit. I'm betting. Shit, I'm doing something else. That obviously the job market isn't big enough, so I'm not gonna keep trying to pursue that shit. Or, like she said, she's getting the interviews, so there's clearly openings. Maybe she's just not. You feel me? They not fucking with her. She's not up there. She's not meeting all the requirements. She's not checking the boxes. So that kind of sounds like a personal problem. I'm not gonna lie.
it's 7 videos.
Still issue.
And is your, wait, you uploaded 7 videos and
Went to school and still
and pay rent?
Yes, I still worked. I worked.
Oh, so that you had another job.
As an apartment attendant, yes.
Okay, and then was that harder
Then what?
than streaming?
No, I was on my phone all the time.
Oh, as a parking attendant, that doesn't sound like you were doing a very good job.
I was chilling.
You were chilling, you weren't doing a
Waiting,
good job.
waiting. When cars work, they're done. Like,
Okay, well that's
security.
that's so nice.
Right there, I bet.
I ain't gonna lie, even with security, I'm on my phone most of the time. Half of y'all text me, I text right back. Like, my phone is literally in my hand. This is what I do at work. I literally watch cameras, and watch YouTube, watch Twitch, watch Netflix, Disney Plus. I'm on the phone at work, like, so I don't know. She just gotta find something else that works best for her.
Do you think the aspect of a video game, playing video games, is a talent?
I would say it's a skill. I wouldn't call it a talent. You can master it with,
Millions played.
That's a fact. I ain't gonna lie. That's a valid point. I'm gonna look up skill versus talent, because what's the difference? She might have a, you feel me? But it's a skill. A skill is the ability to perform a specific task or effectively, or actively, effectively, and efficiently. Man, they add all these extra words. So basically, a skill is something that can be, you can get better at through practice. So let's see what a talent is. A talent is a natural ability. Bro, but they use skill in the word talent. I mean, in the definition for talent. Let me see. Okay, so talent is natural ability. Skill, something you could get better at with practice. Facts. Okay.
Millions play video games, but there are very few people who are playing video games as a talent.
I would say it's a skill. I wouldn't call it a talent.
It's a
You
skill.
can master it with,
I agree with it. I agree with it.
Millions play video games, but there are very few people who are genuinely gifted at it.
Gifted?
That's because they don't practice enough.
How is not?
She said
Why is not
Mozart.
a talent what he does?
You know what? I'm open to it. I think it's a skill. I think it's something you can master. I don't think
I feel like, yeah,
you have
facts.
this gift of like,
Cause like,
when I put my thumb here and this thumb there and do this combo, I do
You'd be
this.
surprised. I mean, there's
I ain't gonna lie, I feel like it depends on the niche of the game. Cause like, okay, nobody's born knowing how to crank 90s on Fortnite. Like, but okay, if you're a boxer, you could, like, I don't know. I just feel like it's different for certain games. Cause like, okay, MLB, if you know the strike zone, you're not gonna be late for certain pitches. You're not gonna be early for certain pitches. So I feel like it just depends.
There's people out there who are genuinely
It's
like saying, here's a paintbrush, go paint your costume.
This is so hard. There's
Hell no.
certain games that have $1 million prize pools. If this
I ain't gonna lie, he is the reference bandit. Like, his references are all like spot on. I ain't gonna lie.
skill you should just learn, and you're looking for a job for 10 months, go pick up a controller. This is so hard. If there's certain games that have $1 million prize pools, if this is a skill you should just learn, and you're looking for a job for 10 months, go pick up a controller and go hop in this $1 million worth of games.
That's a fact. That's a valid point.
What do you mean I wouldn't qualify? I need to work for it.
So like, you're dismissing what he does. You're just dismissing.
I'm not dismissing. I'm just saying
It's not a
it's
skill,
easy.
it's not a talent.
I said it's a skill. I didn't say it's a talent. I said it's a skill. It's a skill that you
How do you know if it's easy if you haven't done it? Like,
I played Mario Kart. I played arcade.
Not on a professional level though.
Not on a professional level because that's not what I'm trying to pursue.
I know, so you don't understand what it takes to be on that sort of level, so how can you try to dismiss it and say it's yours is hard? I know.
What does it take to be on
That's a
that
fact.
level?
I worked the 9 to 5.
Yeah, what does it take to be on that level?
Just gifted. You gotta play
Just
all the
a
time.
gift?
Tens of thousands of hours of work,
Uh-huh.
and editing and filming and content.
I'm talking about pure skill. As far as like videos and stuff like that, just all pure skill.
I put tens of thousands of hours.
Could you get a refresh zone, Corbin? Could you?
And she's still
Could
unemployed.
you get a refresh going into second zone with no maps? Can you get a refresh on the best players?
I can also put, I can circle back and give you
Third
a
moving. You can have a
No, I don't, but if I want
Hey,
to.
Benny in the back, I'm fucking with dude in the back. He knows, I feel like, well, I ain't gonna say he knows, but I feel like he knows exactly what he's talking about. That's why he's smiling. Like,
moving.
No, I don't, but if I want to.
Excel sheet? You can do the Excel sheet.
As a teacher, I can talk to you about the different things I do and ask you, could you do that? No, but if you wanted to, you would.
bro, who can't babysit? Babysitting is not that hard. You watch the kid, keep the kid entertained, feed the kid, change the kid. It's not that hard to babysit, I'm not gonna lie. it's stressful because, okay, the baby cries, you don't, like, the baby can't talk, but it's not hard.
So 3 days. You know they can mash an Excel sheet?
Oh,
Yeah, but let me say, if I give you 3 days about a video game, do you think you'd be that talented as me?
Shit,
if I
no.
wanted to, I would.
Shit, no.
Let's pay for
Shit, no.
Whatever it is.
Hey,
Give me 3 days, but if you lose, you gotta give us it back in double.
no.
Hey, that is so funny. Her reaction change, she went from, no. Hey, shit, no.
Give me 3 days, but if
Fuck
you lose, you
no.
gotta give us it back in double.
No.
Fuck no.
You pay
Each 9-to-5 worker will now give their final thoughts on if streaming is actually more difficult.
I would say, in a sense, yes, because you have to put in the work, and you gotta be on 24/7.
It's difficult to answer that question for us, I think, because we didn't come up in this time frame.
Thank you. Thank you.
And TikTok,
That's exactly why I said they should have got more, like, younger people, at least, like, from the whatever the legal age is. I'll just say from like 16 to like 27. They should have kind of stayed in that range for like most of the people. You could have had a few 30, a few 40. I say no, probably like 1 or 2 50, but like I don't like what. So we'll say she's about like 50 something. He's about 20, late 20s. She's about, I say mid 50s, 40s. We'll give her about 30 something. He's about 20. She about 30 something, 20 something. He might even be late teens. He might be 18, 19. I give her about like 22, 23. But we'll give him like, well, he's going to grade, so I'll give him like 40 something, 45, 46, 30 something. Shit. Well, we'll say like early 40s for her, early 40s for him. So like mostly it's all like mostly 35 plus. So I don't think this is a good or accurate. I don't think this is an accurate age pool.
technology
To
is
be honest.
totally different now, because we were just talking about playing tic-tac-toe on the sidewalk and talk.
Yeah,
I
like-
appreciate and respect what they do, and I think that's the consensus for most of us, that we appreciate and respect where they are. But it's not, what we did was, we just felt like what we did was hard. And that's just, that's what I think.
I feel like, okay, for the older people, they might have a point, because for one, it was harder back then because it's not a lot of technology, you feel me? So it's more hand-to-hand labor, but they also don't know what it takes to be a streamer, so they can't even really say, to be honest. They don't have the same
in the
assumption.
sense that now I'm even more convinced that normal jobs are harder.
It's called them stupid, basically. Let me see what the comments talking about. Oh, actually, fuck that. Let me get my opinion. So I feel like, okay, I'll put it like this. A 9 to 5 is physically harder. For one, you gotta worry about somebody over you, shit like that. But I say mentally, streaming is way harder than 9 to 5. I feel like with the right 9 to 5 feel, okay, you know what you're gonna be doing Monday through Friday. So like, I don't know. I feel like 9 to 5 is, people say it's harder because they get tired of doing the same thing every day for like 30 plus years. Streaming, you could do streaming anywhere. You could go, to an airport stream. You could do anything streaming, which I feel like that's why streaming is better. You have a bigger outlook. You could do more things streaming. It's just more to look forward to. 9 to 5, you know exactly what you'll get that month. I mean, not that month, that week, or bi-weekly if you get paid every 2 weeks. I don't know. I just feel like, well, I'll say 9 to 5. Actually, I'm not even going to say, I don't think either one is harder than the other. I think they're equally hard, but, okay, streaming is more mentally taxing, while depending on the 9 to 5 you have, it's more strenuous. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted, but I feel like it's 50-50. Neither one is harder than the other. They're both hard in even ways. Let me see. Comments. You don't have to deal with chat spamming else. Yeah, that was fucking terrible. I don't know why he said that. The amount, yeah, facts. That's why, like, they're just rage baiting all the older people. I don't think anyone. This nigga said a crane shot. Crank, maybe, buddy? Being a janitor is harder than being an accountant, but becoming an accountant is much harder than becoming. Yeah, facts. Like, that's a valid point. That lady in the back is not allowed to laugh at home. Wait, who? What's he talking about? I don't know who he's talking about. Yeah, facts. Lacey was rage banner. I only know Lacey and Silky, and that's because of really streamer palm, really. And all the stuff going around with that. Niggas, they have no idea. Yeah, that was funny, nigga said. Streaming University. We're saving thousands, you're saving one is absolutely diabolical. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. This is probably the craziest shit that I've heard in a while. Calling it privilege because he stayed with his mom at 15, 16 is crazy. That is the most outrageous thing I've ever heard. We'll do two more. You couldn't even find your OBS stream key. Absolutely fine, me. I lied. That was the last one. So yeah, I gave my opinion on it. Like I said, I do both. So, I mean, it is what it is. To be honest, I feel like there's more upside to streaming. Like, you can make way more money doing a variety of things. But it's not to say that it's harder. It's just, you feel me? It's all what you want to do. If you want to know what you're going to be making every single week, every single 2 weeks, it's up to you, to be honest. But yeah, that was my reaction to Faze Clan 9-to-5 workers versus streamers debate. What is harder? Drop in the comments what y'all want me to react to next. Like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, we out.